game on the list this month is Asgard's Wrath. This is a game that needs no introduction. This game is extremely hyped. It has great graphics, great melee combat, and it mostly makes me think of God of War, but it's probably because of the Nordic god element that's in here. It is a semi-linear, story-driven RPG game, fully focused around melee combat and some magic elements in there as well. The idea is that you go from a puny mortal human to an absolute monster-slaying god, which is a pretty interesting prospect in my opinion. This game will release on October 10th, 2019 and only on PC VR, and actually it is an Oculus exclusive, but I'm sure some people will find a way around that to make this also work on all the other awesome headsets out there. Second game this month is the Exorcist Legion VR, which is a very scary horror game based on an equally scary movie. Except the movie is 2D and you can close your eyes, and this is a game, it's VR, so it's probably much worse. I won't be playing this game since I have a weak heart, but it definitely looks very interesting with some puzzle elements in there and also just a lot of terrified running and scariness. But that seems to be the theme this month since it's October and Halloween and all. This game is releasing in October 2019. I don't know the exact date yet, and it's only releasing on PC VR. And at number 3 is a game that's been out for a while on PlayStation VR, but it's now finally coming to PC VR. We are taking a look at Borderlands 2 VR, which I'm personally very excited for because the Borderlands games are great, VR is great, mix those two together, and I think we'll have a pretty good time. I'm very curious to see how this game holds up with the PC VR and proper motion controls and 360 tracking and all that, which wasn't on the PlayStation version, which I have actually played, but I can already tell you that the game is going to be awesome, and with the improved graphics of PC and improved tracking, it's going to be an absolute hit. This game is coming out October 22nd, 2019, and only on PC VR this time. Next up is something very interesting. Next up is Cartoon Network Journeys VR, which is a bit weird, but it's 3 small adventures which are all completely different and actually have some gameplay and some story to them. And they're all voiced and written by Cartoon Network show producers and voice actors and stuff, which is definitely very interesting to see. I have no idea where this came from, but it's definitely very interesting to see big networks and mainstream media companies heading the VR way and kind of experimenting around to see what they can do here. It all looks very high quality, of course, because it's a big AAA production, because there's a lot of money behind it. It's releasing somewhere in October 2019 and only on PC VR. Number 5 this week is Drums of War, which is a combat rhythm game, which I definitely have not heard of before. It's made by some Guitar Hero devs, which are people who definitely know how to make a good rhythm game. And it's basically a game where you're like a muscular orc or something, and you're beating drums, which also automatically relates to killing goblins, which is definitely an interesting combination. It looks very intense, very high energy, so probably a good workout as well. And there's plenty of metal and dramatic music in there, which I personally very much like. It's coming out October 1st, 2019 and only on PC VR. Next up is not really a game, but rather an add-on to an already very good game. This is Arizona Sunshine The Damned DLC, which, you know, I love killing zombies, and I love killing zombies in a pretty complete storyline, and this DLC adds another complete storyline which can be played solo or co-op to Arizona Sunshine. Kind of the story and the goal is that you have to restore power to a gigantic hydro dam power station, which is basically a place where they convert water into energy, and you need to turn that shit back on to be able to turn on your lights and browse Reddit and stuff on your computer, which then works again. But to do that and to get all the sweet memes, you have to fight straight through a ton of zombies. This is releasing on PC VR and PlayStation VR, of course, October 3rd, 2019. And number 7 is Spectro, which is a VR ghost hunting game which kind of has a cute art style and definitely looks the right amount of spooky, not the type of scary where you will literally shit your pants, and also not the type of scary that's just horrible to play. It just looks like the nice type of slightly spooky. Game definitely features some interesting mechanics, including battling ghosts, solving puzzles, and using various gadgets to locate spooky boys and complete your objectives. Definitely looks very different, very interesting. I will be checking it out in trend of Halloween and Spooktober, of course. It is releasing on October 15th, 2019 and only on PC VR. Next up is the Afterwoods, which is a indie RPG game which is very much mage focused, meaning a lot of magic combat. It's made by a very small team, but it definitely seems like there's a lot of passion behind it, especially if you read the description, and that this has been their dream game for a while. I definitely think the combat looks very cool with a lot of particle effects and a lot of magic stuff going on, and it's story driven, which is also a good thing. Kind of the goal is to get through the story and level up your mage to get better spells and get better at absolutely destroying whatever comes your way. Release date for this is somewhere in October 2019 and only on PC VR, but I don't know exactly when yet. And another horrifying horror game on this list is Doors of Silence, the Prologue, which is a game that's already out on Oculus, but is coming to Steam this month as well. It definitely looks very scary, but it also has some combat, which I kind of like because I hate being completely defenseless, and at least I can pretend I can actually survive this right now. Now, this game already looks terrifying, and it also has small naked children running around, which is for various reasons very, very scary, and I don't like at all. So if you for some reason want to give yourself a cardiac arrest for Halloween, this game is launching somewhere in October 2019, also on Steam this time. And the last game this month is some Chinese or Japanese symbols, Wookie's Blade, which is a great title, and I completely did not disrespect the complete Asian culture there at all. It's a bit of a weird game, and the English on the description seems to be a bit broken because the person probably doesn't know English very well, but they're definitely doing their best. It's a hack and slash game with a really fun art style. There's a lot of wall running in there, which apparently is automated, which is a shame, but there's still a lot of slicing in slow motion and chopping of heads, which is always a lot of fun. So it's very cheap, it might be fun to try. I'm just desperate for content because not a lot of games are releasing this month, and I have to dig very deep to find anything that's any quality, which says a lot about the current VR landscape right now. But luckily, after Oculus Connect, we have a bunch of exciting games in the pipeline. So yes, Wookie's Blade is out right now actually on PC VR. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I hope you found some new games to play, and also maybe I missed some really awesome games, which you can leave down in the comments below right now. Anyways, if you enjoyed watching this video, please leave a like, comment and subscribe for more VR content like this, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.